Hello everyone, and welcome to my garden again on what is a really gorgeous, glorious Wednesday afternoon. The sun is just lovely and it's really warm in this little corner here. So what I'm going to do today is something for the children to do during the Easter holidays. Basically we're going to make a small garden, just a little indoor garden. It doesn't actually have to be children, anyone can do it, and it's really quite therapeutic. I'm going to be using different bits and pieces that I found around the house and around the garden. If you haven't got a garden, you can use various other things that you find in the house. You don't have to use plants and soil. As you can see in a moment, I'll go through and just explain all the bits and pieces that I'm going to use, and you've probably got things like this in your house and in your cupboards. So first of all, we're going to use a watertight container. I'm going to use this seed tray, but if you're doing an indoor garden with indoor things, you can just as easily use like a baking tray or something like that. Just if you're going to put water in it, just make sure that there's no holes in the bottom and it's watertight. So what I did, just to give myself a little plan, and you can spend a lot more time doing this, is I did just a really rough drawing, as you can see, of just where I'm going to put little bits and pieces in my indoor garden. So this circle here is a pond, and then I've got a little seating area there, and I want to put a little tree in this corner. So you can spend as long as you like drawing up a lovely plan. It doesn't have to be to scale. You can colour it in. I know lots of people like colouring, and they find that really restful and really a mindful thing to do. So you could spend as much time doing the drawing as you do everything else. So I've got 4 people watching. I've got Daisy. Hello Daisy. Okay, so here we go. So as I say, I'm going to use soil and things from the garden as well as things I've found in the house. So I've got a little tub here with some soil that I'm going to pop in. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this okay? Anyone that's watching? That's great. So just put some soil in the bottom there. Hello Elaine. Hello. I've got Trust Links. Hello Trust Links Live, whoever that is watching. That's great. So we've filled our little seed tray up with this is just soil from the garden. You know, I know compost and things are scarce at the moment. You can't get out to get stuff, so whatever you can find in your garden. Hi Gareth. Hi Clive. Good afternoon Clive. So we've got the main soil in the garden, and what I'd like to do is put some plants in. So I found this is a wild strawberry plant. This is just growing. I've got so much of this in my garden, so I've dug out some of this. It's what I did earlier, in the words of Blue Peter. And I'm going to plant that in the corner here. I think I might have a bit too much in there, so I might take some out. Pop that in the corner. Just trying to see who's saying hello. Who's that? Oh, hello Ellie. Hi Alison, how are you doing? Hi Annette. So there's our little strawberry plant in that corner, and what I want to do is put a little pond in. So I've got a little glass dish that I found in the cupboard, and I filled that up with water. Actually I think I'll tip the water away and fill it up afterwards, because I can just see this water going everywhere and ending up in a big muddy mess. So we'll put the pond in, sink that into the soil around there, and then I found, where are we, an old tile that was left over from when we had our kitchen done about 15 years ago. So I'm going to put that in this corner here. That's going to be a little seating area. That's our patio. And I've got this, whoops, a basket here full of bits and pieces that I found in the garage and in the garden. Some seashells that I've collected over the time. Who else is here? Let's have a quick hello. Sorry, the sun's shining. Hi, is that Debbie? Yep, hello, hiya. So I'm going to put some shells around my pond, just here. So you can do whatever you want, whatever patterns or styles, whatever you want. Just popping them all in here. Just fill up all the gaps. I have another little flower here. This is just growing in the patio, so I've pulled that out and I'm going to plant that in. We'll put that behind our little seating area in the garden here. Squash that down. And then I found this little glass, I don't know what it was, I think it was like a posh dessert or something we had, and I found this little glass that it was for, and I'm going to put that in, I think, this corner here. My table's a bit wobbly, so let's hope it doesn't collapse on me today. And there's some wild violets that were growing in the garden as well, so I've dug those up. I'm going to pop those in somewhere. Put these in the corner here. I watered those earlier, so they are a little bit muddy, so my hands are going to be a little bit muddy. Oh, we've got a message. Who's this from? Gareth. Glad it's not just me that collects shells. Oh yeah, I collect all sorts of things. I've discovered loads actually that I didn't realise I'd had. Some really lovely interesting ones, and some really nice interesting shapes as well. So yeah, I'll pop that one in. That will go in there. Okay, so what we'll do, we want something to cover up the rest of this soil, so I found some bark chips. Got those here. Just pop those around. And I've got some nice big pebbles that I've picked up as well on my travels, so I'll pop those in around the little seating area to hold down some of the plants. I think I'll put that one there actually. Hopefully you'll be able to see this when it's done properly. Oops, this table is hanging off the edge of the step. That's a bit better. And there's some pine cones, so just really whatever you've got in the garden, or as I say, in the house, pop those in. Things actually look nicer if they're grouped in threes, so I'm going to group those pine cones there in a group of three. So this is just what it's looking like so far. Now let's have a look. I've got some buttons as well, and some shiny sequins. Again, I've collected. I just found these in the cupboard. They've been there for ages, but thought they might be quite nice to scatter around. So there's some nice little star-shaped ones. Different coloured buttons, just to give it a bit of added interest. So you could do all sorts of things really. You can put a little path in. There's no end of what you can do. It's really just limited by your imagination actually. So whatever you like to put in there. That's about it with the buttons. anyone else joining. Let's have a look. I have to get a bit closer to the screen because the sun, I'm not complaining because it is lovely. There's Georgina. Hello, Georgina. Oh, and Elaine's saying beautiful bird song. I know, it's lovely. Just now we had some diggers going off. I think someone's having some work done just in the house across the road there, and it was so noisy, and it was just on cue before we started filming. Who's that? Hi. Right, so now we're going to just now I'll fill up the pond. So I've got a little watering can. You can just fill up that pond there with some water. And then I'm going to fill up this little glass jar here as well. And I've just literally just cut some of this off from this shrub that's behind me. I'm going to pop that in this glass jar. I might need to just trim that down a little bit. There we go. And some more leaves there. So this is our tree, our living tree. Okay. And one that I've made earlier in the style of Blue Peter was so I made some mini bunting here to go in the garden, to go in my mini garden. So I'll pop that in over here. So basically that's just found some coloured card, cut triangles and stapled them onto this ribbon and just tied 2 little sticks on the end there. So that one can go behind there. So then we've got some bunting in the garden. And yeah, so just some odds and ends that were in the cupboard. I am a bit of a hoarder for little bits and pieces. So I found this little teddy, so I thought that'd be quite nice to go in as a sort of teddy bear's picnic. And also I found this candle, which is in the shape of a beehive, and I thought that would actually sit quite well with the bear, so that can go in here as well. So yeah, I mean, you can carry on, you can put more in. I found these lights that I got from the pound shop actually, so it might be quite nice. You could put those on at night and light it up. No end of possibilities. In fact, with all the stuff I've got here, I could probably make another 10 of these little gardens. So what we'll do, move all this off without the table collapsing. Oh, something else I found quite nice is little primula flowers. I thought we'd pop those in the pond so they'd look like water lilies floating in the pond there. Birdsong is lovely, isn't it? It's so peaceful, restful. So I think I'm about finished with this really. I mean, I could do a lot more, but sometimes less is more. Might be best to make another one. Well, I'm going to pick the camera up now and come in a bit closer. Last week I had a bit of a disaster with the tripod, so I'm hoping it won't happen again this time. But hopefully, if I can get that right, you might be able to see the garden. Can you all see that? Can you all see it? So I think, I'll do your bunting idea, but as a washing line. Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, you could use it. You could cut out shapes of different clothes, couldn't you, and have it as a washing line. But yeah, can you see that? I can't see very well because it's very sunny here. But if I can zoom up like that and move around. And now if anyone can tell me, I could actually switch the camera around, couldn't I? That might be easier to do that. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's easier. So I can hopefully see what you're seeing now. So yeah, so this is definitely something you can do. As I say, even if you haven't got a garden, you can use you know, scrunched up paper for the soil. You can make your flowers, you can make the washing line. Oh, lovely. Getting some nice comments. Thanks, Daisy. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie. Jackie says it looks lovely. Matt says, looks lovely. Oh, give us a tour. What, of my mini garden, Matt? It won't take long. But yeah, you can sort of see. So yeah, there's the patio area. Oh, that's better, someone's saying. That's good. So yeah, there we've got the patio area there where the teddy is, and the pine cones, and his beehive, and the bunting. I had great fun doing this, actually. It was yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. But that's a good idea of doing it at a washing line and cutting out different, you know, shapes of clothes. And there's our pond just there with our flowers in. Gone a bit mad there. I think probably don't need as many flowers as I've put in there. So that's it really. Has anyone got any questions or anything, or any ideas? I'm going to move into the shade because I'm finding it really difficult to see all the comments. How did I make the bunting? Okay, Matt's asking. Well, basically, I just found some blue and pink card that I had lying around, cut it into triangle shapes, and stapled it onto some ribbon or some string, and just tied two pieces of twig. But somebody earlier on one of the comments said, you could use you could cut shapes of washing and use it as a washing line, which would be quite fun. I think what would be lovely is if anyone makes one, if you could put it on you can post it onto our Facebook Live, and that'd be great, and then we can all admire everyone's little mini gardens. I think that would be really, really good if you would do that. I'll take a picture of that afterwards, and I'll put it up, and then hopefully everyone else can put theirs up as well. Okay, well, one more little look round. There we go. I'd lift it off the table and put it somewhere on its own, stand alone, so you'd get a better look. But I'm frightened if I move anything off this table, it's all going to collapse. I can hear the beeping of the builders again now, which is a shame because it was so peaceful with the bird song earlier. It was lovely. So I hope you're all going to have a go at this. I really do. It'd be lovely if you could do one. It'd be great. And maybe it doesn't even have to be a garden. You could do a beach scene. So if you're, you know, you could use crepe paper for the sand and the sea and the shells. You know, a lot of you are all sort of close to the sea, so you may have picked up seashells and things in the past, so that'd be really good. Okay, I think that's it as far as my little mini garden is concerned. But I'll hang on to it, and I'll water it and look after it, and perhaps show you again next week. And you can just replace any of the plants if they die. Take out some of the ones in the pond, put some new ones in. Okay, so Teddy's going to wave bye now. I don't know where he came from actually, but he sort of fits quite well in that corner. Okay, so have a really good week, and I'll see you next week, and hopefully, you know, we'll see you all again very soon. And take care, and don't forget, Trust Links Live is on 4 times a day, which is amazing. Not just gardening, there's well-being tips and everything else, you know. So, and we're there for you, even though we can't actually be physically there for you. Okay, take care. See you all. Bye.